Blockstar. Shit. You think they learn by now? This what I do, like air I breathe. I'm on a nigga like red hair and crystals on my weed. Follow my lead and tap my feet to my own drum. Too many bricks out there for me to settle for some crumbs. Bitch, I ain't dumb, I know my worth, you can't devalue me. Far from a PS3, I mean no one can handle me. Annually been dropping records that actually sell. Numbers don't lie, they keep on growing like a nigga hair. Everywhere I go, they say Crim when the album dropping. You still with so-and-so, I laugh and I ain't saying nothing. I'm always into something, like Labs and Doja Sacks. I'm always whipping something, Magnums and Cadillacs. Peep how I'm finna act when I get at it full force. Me and my dogs gon' eat like 5-star restaurants full course. Never been in the source, got niggas talking about me. This what I do, come fill my shoes, I'm used to niggas doubting.
They keep wishing that I lose, but they tripping, I done paid my dues. None of y'all have what it takes to fill my shoes. So wait and see what I do, 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 what I do.
Alright, let's get to business right here. This is my Super Bowl 47 special, and you're sitting here with Josh Liu. It's January 31st, 2013. This is the Thursday before the big game, the biggest Sunday of the year. We got the Baltimore Ravens and we got the San Francisco 49ers. You know, I was actually right on this prediction before this season started. I predicted both these teams to go to the Super Bowl. So I'm pretty happy. You know, I was hoping my Texans would go to the Super Bowl. That just didn't pan out. Like I said, stay tuned to my next special where I'm going to break down what the Texans need to do on the off-season, free agency, and the NFL draft. And we'll talk about that later. But let's break down the Super Bowl. There's a lot of good things going on. This is I'm very excited about this game. Very, very excited. The 49ers are 3.5 point favorites. The over-under is 47 points. They're of course playing in New Orleans. You know, this will be the first time since Hurricane Katrina. So I'm happy for all my people, all my homeboys from New Orleans. That boy E-Hawk, you know what I'm saying? All my other boys out there. I'm happy for the city of New Orleans, you know. So it's gonna be awesome. There's a lot of storylines in this Super Bowl. Lots of storylines, you know. You got the hardballs, you know. Got the they're calling it the Bro Bowl. You know, all that stuff. I'm calling it the Bro Bowl. That's what I'm gonna call it. I'm not gonna call it Super Bowl. No, I think that's retarded. I'm gonna call it the Bro Bowl. That's what I'm gonna call it. I think that sounds player. Okay. You got the hardballs, the coaches, that are brothers. It's the first time ever. The quarterbacks, it's a very interesting, you know, Kaepernick and Joe Flacco. I think that's very, very cool. And you know, you got to me the big one also is Ray Lewis. You know, this is last year. So let's get down into the storylines of the Super Bowl, okay? And then later on we'll talk about you know, who matches up better on quarterback, wide receiver, O-line, D-line, secondary, and stuff like that. And of course I'll end up with my prediction. Okay, first of all, you got the brothers. That's the biggest storyline. Even though the brothers gonna play it off, you know, they want to give the credit. They want the players to get the love and all that stuff. This is the first time ever. This is unprecedented. This is like, you know, this is crazy. You know, whoever thought two brothers are gonna go up against each other as coaches. You know, Jim Harbaugh with the 49ers and Joe Harbaugh with the Ravens. Now Joe Harbaugh is a little bit older, and he's been coaching, you know, since after the 2008 season. Jim Harbaugh is only his second year, and he's already in the Super Bowl. So they're only 15 months apart, and you know, their parents, Jack and Jackie, they got to be very, very proud parents to be seeing both their sons in the Super Bowl, you know, at the highest level. So of course they wanted to see them. They want to see a tie because they know they don't want to see one of their sons lose in the Super Bowl. But you know, one's got to win and one's got to lose. So let's break down the coaches real quick. Now John Harbaugh, like I said, is the older coach. He's the Ravens coach, of course, and he is the only NFL coach in history to win a playoff game in each of his first 5 seasons. Now, since he took over the 2008 season, the Ravens have had a 54-26 regular season record, which is 3rd best in the NFL, behind only the Patriots and the Falcons, which is pretty dang good. Now, the 49ers Jim Harbaugh took the 49ers to the NFC Championship last year, but of course they lost to the pesky New York Giants, and of course they ended up winning it all against the Patriots. But now in the second year, they got past the NFC Championship against the Falcons, and now they're in the Super Bowl, of course, playing the Ravens. So this is very, very interesting. I'm very, very looking forward to this. This thing's gonna be a great game. The second storyline is this: you gotta look at the quarterbacks. You got one quarterback in Joe Flacco that everybody was saying, he's not an elite quarterback, and he's okay, whatever. And they were even comparing him before the season, comparing him to Matt Schaub. Well, you fast forward about 4 months now, getting ready for the Super Bowl and then the playoffs and everything. You see Flacco had that drive. You already know he already had the big arm, and he already seems to be played over the years. He seems to play better in the playoffs than he does in the regular season. He just needs to be more consistent, overall. Well, I'm not going to say Joe Flacco is an elite quarterback, but if he wins this Sunday, he's taking a big step toward heading that way, with Tom Brady and Roethlisberger, Joe Montana, all the greats, all the greats that we know. So I personally believe that Flacco is a good quarterback, but he's not elite yet. He's thrown 8 touchdowns and no interceptions this postseason, and he's throwing some hella passes. So yeah, with that in mind, they could have a chance. See what happens if they can put in the air, besides the running game, And then you got Colin Kaepernick. Kaepernick, 2 years ago, nobody knew who this cat was unless you went to University of Nevada, Wolfpack. He kind of caught my eyes his senior season whenever they beat Boise State, and upset them big time. Because Boise State were, they were like the big men in that conference. They were going to the BCS and everything. They're the ones that beat Oklahoma a few years ago, if you remember that. Well, in only 9 starts now, Kaepernick has pretty much taken the league by storm. He is a star in the making, There's only 2 other quarterbacks that entered the Super Bowl with fewer starts. One is Jeff Hostetler with the Giants when they won in Super Bowl 25 over the Buffalo Bills. Feel bad for you Buffalo Bills fans, Scott Norwood, man. All you had to do was make that kick. Anyway, that's another story. And the other quarterback is Vince Verafagà. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I'm not Italian. He only had 7 starts when he quarterbacked the Rams, but they lost to the Steelers in Super Bowl 14. Now, Kaepernick's only 25. At 25 now, he would be the 6th youngest quarterback to start a Super Bowl and could become the 3rd youngest to win one behind Roethlisberger and, of course, Tom Brady, who are, they're not too bad, for the record. Now, Kaepernick has shown in the playoffs that he is equally capable of beating a team with his legs, like he did against the Packers. He ran for like 181 yards. He went crazy. Or with his arm, against the Falcons. Because he's got Julio Jones and he's got a few other playmakers. Not Julio Jones. I'm tripping on, Crabtree and Vernon Davis. Thinking about the other team. I set myself straight though. But okay, Kaepernick, 6'4". He's like about 225, 230 pounds. He runs like a 4.5 40. Dude's a freaking stud. So, okay, I said the first 2 storylines already. Of course, the Harbaughs, the Brobo, and then you got the quarterbacks. Okay, the next thing is the offensive lines. Okay, these offensive line stories cannot be further from the truth. The San Francisco O-line, they've maintained throughout the whole year. They've had the same line since the beginning of the season. They're the only ones that have gone throughout the whole season. You know, there's only 2 other O-lines that have done the same thing. Okay? Now, with, of course, you got Joe Staley at left tackle, Mike Iwapati, left guard, Jonathan Goodwin at center, Alex Boone at right guard, and Anthony Davis at right tackle. And they're pretty solid up front. Pretty solid. Now you got the Ravens. Well, they started a whole new O-line for the playoffs. Okay? And Brian McKinney, who was a reserve throughout the season, all of a sudden started left tackle when the playoffs started. So Michael Orr was the left tackle, and he shifted to right tackle. Okay, Burke, who was the center, he stayed there, and Marshall Yanda, he's still at right guard. The other big move was Kalichi Osamili. Forgive me if I don't pronounce that right. He was at right tackle throughout the season. He moved to left guard. Okay, so you got Brian McKinney now at left tackle, Osamilini at at left guard. You got Burke at center still, Yanda at right guard, and you got Orr now, you know, famous for that movie with Sandra Bullock and all them. Now he's a right tackle, doing a hell of a job. So the other big thing, of course, is the Ray Lewis factor. This is his last ride, and this is going to be his last game for him. And you know he wants to finish on top like John Elway and Michael Jordan before he can, you know, watch his son in Miami rush and have a great college career. Who knows what will happen with his son. So I'm very, very happy for him. I'll really be happy for Ray Lewis. That's one reason why I'm really rooting for the Ravens to win the Super Bowl. You know, besides there's other old Texan players that are on there like Vontae Leach. You know, so I'm really rooting them on. You know, he can't go sideline to sideline like he used to back in his prime, like, you know, but he's going to have a little extra motor, a little extra something, you know. So we're going to see what happens with that. And the other thing I want to say is, I don't think Ray Lewis is the greatest defensive player. They were having this countdown and all that. And I'm going to put him in the top 10 for sure. We're going to see what happens, you know. But as far as leadership-wise, he is the greatest motivator I've ever seen to get his teammates, you know, pumped up, and, you know, him believing in his teammates like Flacco and all everything. I think that made a difference. I think that made an impact. And I think they just got on a run, and they're in the Super Bowl right now. So that's the other storyline. And I think David Akers struggles. The 49ers field goal kicker. You know, he's 38 years old. He's played in 14 seasons. He's a 6-time Pro Bowler, and he's making his second Super Bowl appearance because he played with he was in the Super Bowl with the Eagles when they played against the Patriots, you know, a while back. But he's had a really, really bad season. He's had hernia problems, and he's missed 10 of 19 attempts from 40 yards or longer. So that might, if it comes down to a field goal game, you know, I definitely got to give that edge to the Ravens. So, and then the other thing is the 49ers defense. Let's be real, their linebacking core and all them, they're freaking solid. You got Navarro Bowman, you got Alden Smith, Patrick Willis, safety Deshaun Goldson, you got Ahmad Brooks, and, you know, defensive tackle Justin Smith. I mean, that's a stout group. They only allowed 4.65 yards a play during the regular season. So, you know, those are my 6 storylines going into the Super Bowl. Let's go and take a break for a minute, and we're going to break down the matchups, and we're going to not break down the prediction. I'm going to give you the prediction. So, hey, if I help you with your winning some money, don't forget to give me a cut. Nah, I'm just joking now. Let's jam for a minute.
Mexico to Texas, I'm that Mexican that the streets raise. Hotter than the heat wave. Go and get your key made, cause I got it on lock. Start up out on my block. Lot of fools, lot of give respect, they really not hot. Always got my Glock hot, coming out that Southwest. You don't wanna put this essay to the test, yes. I ain't tryna be the best, just give me all that money, cause I'm tryna give it back to all the ones that love me, and to the ones that hate me. You ain't gotta quit, I ride around in my sled, fully equipped. I'm thinking I'm the shit, I'm thinking you the paper. Now you can wipe me down. Ain't no seeing you later.
They keep wishing that I lose, but they tripping. I done paid my dues. None of y'all have what it takes to fill my shoes. So wait and see what I do. What I do. What I do. What I do. What I do.
Yeah.
What I do.
Mr. Last Name Dave.
What I do. What I do.
You see, I paid my dues. Now I'm just kicking back, waiting for me to lose. Well, good luck with that. You say you do this for the game. When you spitting raps, it's like you kissing on the girl, but she ain't kissing back. I'm just saying, bro, I ain't the one to fuck with. You look.
Alright, I'm back now. Hope y'all enjoying that. That's Blockstar Muzik, you know, with my boy Criminology, you know, from the Coronas Kush album. Get that. If you got my on Facebook page, look me up on Josh Lou. Look up me on my wall. I'll probably post it up later on. You know, we always got something going on. Much love to Supa Dave, you know, J Swiss, my boy Blade. You know what I'm saying? We got love for everybody out there, you know, that's doing their thing, you know, that's got the skills. So let's get back to business though. Let's break down the matchups. Let's start with the offense. You know, we got the quarterbacks. We got Colin Kaepernick with the 49ers in his second year, tearing it up. And we got Mr. Joe Flacco, you know. I'm going to go ahead and give the advantage to Colin Kaepernick because I think, like I said, I think he's a real star in the making. I think he has the legs. Like I say, he runs like a 4.5 40. He's got the arm. He's got the accuracy. He's got the mental toughness, you know, to be an NFL quarterback. You know, some quarterbacks, they got the physical tools and all that, but they don't have the mental toughness. They don't have the preparation. This cat's the real deal. So it's probably not gonna be his first Super Bowl. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. I like Colin Kaepernick. You know, he's got that Colin Kaepernick, and you know, where he kisses his tattoos. You know, go ahead and drop that Tebow. You got the Kaepernicking already. The running backs, you got, you know, Ravens got Ray Rice, you know, and you got the 49ers got Frank Gore and LaMichael James. Well, I thought about this for a minute. Now, if it's just straight up Frank Gore against Ray Rice, I'd probably go with Ray Rice, but LaMichael James is pretty good out of Oregon. He's pretty fast. He's got skill. So I'm going to have to actually give the advantage to the 49ers, even though I do like Vontae Leach, you know, blocking for Ray Rice. It's going to be interesting, though, because I think, you know, they're both going to get some yards. You know, it's going to be tight because I think they're going to kind of spread it out on both sides of the offense. So they're both going to be throwing. Wide receivers, I got to go with the Ravens on this one. Basically, you know, the only wide receivers the 49ers have, of course, you got Michael Crabtree. He really turned out really good this year, going down vertical. Then you got, you know, the tight end Vernon Davis. But Ravens have, you got Anquan Bolden. He's a monster. Whatever Joe Flacco throws down the field, homeboy's going to catch it. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's in a double team coverage, that boy is strong, dude. He's like Andre Johnson, pretty much like with the Texans, you know. You got Torrey Smith. You know, he's been in the game for a couple of years. He's got speed. You know, he's pretty dang good. And you got Jacoby Jones. Not always had the hands, but he's definitely got the speed. So he's going to definitely give the 49ers secondary some problems on the outside. It's going to definitely be some matchup problems. And don't forget about Pitta. Pitta's been big in the playoffs for the Ravens too. So I'm going to give the advantage to the Ravens on that, okay? The O-line, I got to give it to the 49ers because they've had the same O-line throughout the season with Joe Staley, Iopati, Goodwin, and Boone, and Anthony Davis. They're solid. That's what you need, consistency. You know, that's going to happen for the 49ers. Now, on the defensive side, this is a tough one. I'm going to give the advantage to the Ravens. Even though I do like Justin Smith, you know, playing hurt and everything. He's a freaking warrior, but I like Haloti Ngata. Haloti Ngata is the man, dude. He's a freaking monster. That's what the Texans need up there as nose tackle. We don't have nobody like that. Sorry, Earl Mitchell, but, you know, or Sean Cody. We need somebody straight up we need a monster. So I'm going to give the advantage to that on the D-line of the 49ers. I mean, to the Ravens. I apologize, the Ravens. Okay, the linebackers, hands down, I'm giving that to the 49ers. You got Bowman, Willis, you know, you got all these players. They're the real deal. I do like, you know, the Ravens linebacker. I like LRB, and I like, of course, Ray Lewis. You know, he's a freaking stud. But I got to give the advantage to the 49ers for the linebacking core for sure. The secondary, I got to give it to the Ravens. Ed Reed, enough said. Boy's a stud. I think he's the best safety in the game. I think Graham's coming on. I think he's really good. You know, I think the 49ers secondary is good with Goldson, Whitner, the strong safety, and cornerback Carlos Rogers. In fact, they got some pretty good players, but Ravens, they just got it going on, especially with Ed Reed there, hawking in the middle of the field, ready for a pick. So definitely gotta go with that. Special teams now. I'm gonna give it to Ravens, mainly because of the 49ers field goal kicker David Akers. He's been struggling a lot, but the 49ers punter is one of the best. His name's Andy Lee. He is good, you know. But and also the punt returner, I do like Jacoby Jones. He's definitely come on strong. You know, the Texans had him too, but I don't feel bad about him. I feel more bad about Trenton Holiday. But I'm going to give the special teams advantage to the Ravens because of the field goal kicker, Justin Tucker, and Jacoby Jones for the punt returner. The coaching, I'm just going to make it even. You know, go ahead and whatever. Both brothers, you know, first time coaching against each other. You know, one's 15 months older than the other. The one's just gotten there a little bit quicker. So I'm going to call that one even. That's the only one I'm calling even in this thing. My prediction, I'm going to go with the 49ers. Going to go with the 49ers 31, Ravens 27. So that's what I think. That's my storylines. That's my matchups. That's my prediction. Now some of y'all might just watch Super Bowl for the Super Bowl commercials or the halftime performance. You know, I love Beyonce. Beyonce's from Houston, H-Town, represent. You know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing somebody a little younger for a change. We've had some old fogies doing a Super Bowl halftime. Or some people just watch it just for the commercials. Well, I'm watching it for the game. I'm watching it for the players. I'm watching to see what happens. I want to see a good game. And I think it's going to be a really close game. It's not going to be a blowout. So we're going to see what happens on February the 3rd, 2013. Like I said, I think the 49ers are going to come out on top, you know. And so like I said, this is what I predicted, 49ers and the Ravens. So, you know what I'm saying? Get your popcorn ready like T.O. said. And let's do the damn thing. Y'all already know. Josh Lou from Brenham out here, ready for Super Bowl 47. And I'm out.
Up to your boss, but I'm the one he's having lunch with. You say you bought the bar, but I'm the one who really runs it. You say you made some moves, but next to me, you ain't done shit. So take 5 and analyze who you're dealing with. Look up the last hater, make sure you ain't repeating shit. Plus I got my new concealed handgun license, but I'm having a hard time concealing it. They keep wishing that I lose, but they tripping, I done paid my dues. None of y'all have what it takes to fill my shoes. So wait and see what I do, 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 what I do.